Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Monday. Today is January 12th. I hope you guys are having a really good day so far. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend as well. So let's jump right into it and see what messages you might need to know for January 12th. As you guys may have seen, I posted a post yesterday on my TikTok page talking about angel number 111 and also 1111 because yesterday was actually January 11th, okay? So some of you guys could have noticed that, especially with the portal, which we talk about sometimes, is the 111 portal. So some of you guys could have noticed maybe when it comes to like angel number 111 or 1111, maybe you guys maybe felt like manifesting more, or maybe journaling, or just getting more in tune with yourself and the energy that's around you. Okay, so for some of you guys, maybe you guys may have missed yesterday, but that's okay. You can still manifest and do what you need to do, but a lot of people do say that it's a lot more powerful when you manifest on that specific day because of the number itself and the timing and all that good stuff, right? Also, for some of you guys, if you're looking for the next portal, you guys can maybe look for February. So February portal will be 222, which would be February, meaning the second month of the 22nd. So that could also be confirmation for some of you guys when it comes to that energy, right? But let's jump into it, guys. Let's see what you guys might need to know. Today is January 12th, so even 1212 portal might resonate for some of you guys as well when it comes to angel numbers. But let's see what you guys might need to know for January 12th, okay, guys? So Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective for January 12th? What do they need to know for today, for Monday? What messages can you give the collective at this time, please? So Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective for January 12th? What do they need to know at this time, please? What messages can you give the collective? And also, please protect and guide the collective whenever they see this video or message. And please give them guidance and understanding to help their situation at this time, to help guide them on their journey and where they need to go, please. So Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective for January 12th? What do they need to know at this time? Spirit, what messages can you give the collective for January 12th? What do they need to know? Thank you. Okay, so we have here the first card that showed up. Looks like, Spirit didn't want to give any messages for today, but we have here the first card, which is the Queen of Wands, okay? So some of you guys, you may resonate with the Queen of Wands energy at this time. This may not be for everybody, okay? But again, we're talking about the energy for January 12th, and some of you guys may have felt this energy for today, or you guys are feeling this energy, or, you guys could have been feeling it since yesterday as well. But Queen of Wands talks about you guys stepping into your confidence, being more determined in what it is that you desire, what you want. And even when it comes to being more social and charismatic, maybe some of you guys are either shy, maybe you guys don't like speaking to other people, or maybe you have spoken to other people and people have made you felt, weird about your energy and made you feel, that you're not allowed to express yourself because of how fiery you guys may be, okay? But when it comes to you guys stepping into your own independence, this is about leadership, creating your own identity, or stepping into your own identity or individuality is very significant for some of you. The number 13, for some of you guys, if for angel numbers, 13 talks about transformations and rebirth. So there is something about you guys alchemizing your energy at this time. And also when it comes to being a sacred builder, right? This is about death and rebirths of patterns. And also when when it comes to healing through surrender. So a lot of you guys could be reclaiming your power at this time. And this is allowing you to go through this transformation right now, this passion that you have. So again, the confidence that you guys have is allowing you to be able to, move forward in, your confidence or your independence. So again, the number 13, like I said, this is about transformations. If we were to split the number, or put it together into a singular digit, this would be 4. So some of you guys, when it comes to you guys doing transformations or, rebirth through change, this rebirth through change could be about your stability, how you structure yourself and your stability and your foundations, okay? Now, some of you guys could be organizing yourself more or grounding yourself at this time. This is about you guys building long-term foundations, okay? Which may seem a little bit difficult sometimes because, again, you may feel like there's days where you guys are on your path, you guys feel like you're on the right path, and then you have days where, you start to second guess your path, which is normal, okay? That's human, right? But know that you guys are on the right path. It's just because things are not showing up the way that you're accustomed to, okay? When you're used to things showing up to you or showing up for you a certain way, you look out for it a certain way. But when you're not used to certain things showing up in a different way, that's when you start to miss certain things because you're accustomed to one way, but we're not being open to another way. So yeah, something to do with you guys stepping into your own stability is very significant. We have the number 3. Some of you guys are Sun in Aries, or maybe you guys have Sun in Aries placements. Okay, but number 3 talks about, your creativity and also how you express yourself. So some of you guys, when it comes to your confidence, growth, expansion, and looking forward, moving forward, some of you guys are having a lot of progress through growth. Okay, this is about exploration and expansion and financial gain. Some of you guys, when it comes to the third house talks about, support. It talks about your peers, distance. This could be about education. So some of you guys could be learning something new when it comes to school or early education. This could be about the mind, how you think, how you communicate, and also how you, communicate socially. Okay, so media could be very significant as well for some of you guys when it comes to this energy. But yeah, we have teamwork, okay? So for some of you guys, when it comes to financial gain or, teamwork, there is something about Aries energy. Maybe you guys have Aries placements or fire placements, or there is something about Aries season that is very significant for some of you guys when it comes to, taking leadership, taking action, being more direct, okay? You guys could be feeling that energy within the next few months, okay? But again, when it comes to, expanding what it is that you're trying to build is very significant. We also have 3 of Pentacles, okay? Mars and Capricorn. Some of you guys, when it comes to you taking action, you may be, a very passionate fire type of energy, but there's something about you learning to maybe ground yourself and to take things a little bit slower, okay? It's understood that, yes, as a fire sign, you have a lot of passion, you have a lot of ego, you have a lot of pride, and, it's your first instinct to just go, 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 be impulsive, right? Just do, and then think later, okay? But for some of us too, when it comes to this energy, there is something about you wanting to be impulsive, but grounding yourself as well, preparing yourself for what's to come. So grounding yourself and planting those seeds are very, very, very significant right now. It's helping you build and grow what it is that you're trying to sustain when it comes to long-term, longevity, when it comes to business, finances, whatever it is that you're trying to grow, it takes time, right? So in order for it to see the growth, you need to take time and patience in building it right now so that you can see the growth later, okay? So teamwork is very significant when it comes to the number 3. 3s are very significant at this time. Okay, we have 4 of Cups. So for some of you guys, when it comes to financial boredom, okay, for some of you guys, there's something about feeling discontent, or there is something about an indifferences, okay? So again, you may be feeling this energy right now. Some of you guys could be feeling like if you do have moon in Cancer, or you're feeling like the energy from the full moon that was in Cancer, some of you guys could feel like if you guys are in a work situation especially, and there is groups, collaborating with other people, you may feel like you're discontented at this time. There's something about your energy where you could be someone who's trying to pull energy or, build stability. And, when it comes to your creativity, that's the thing. Like, you guys could be building your creativity, pulling energy about other people, but you may feel like other people may feel bored or discontent. This could be you, or you could feel this energy about other people. Okay. Now, the reason why some of you guys could feel bored or discontent is because with the number 4, it talks about you grounding yourself. Some of you guys may feel like grounding yourself is really boring, but unfortunately, you need to ground yourself in order for you to see results, okay? Everybody grounds themselves differently. The only thing about, how we ground ourselves is doing what makes you feel comfortable. So if you like sitting on the floor with your legs crossed, cool, do that, okay? But if you don't like doing that, then don't do that. Find another way that works for you, right? There's always, different ways of meditating. So, take what resonates with you when it comes to that. Spirit, give me another card when it comes to the 4 of Cups. Why is the collective discontented at this time in this energy? Why is the collective discontented at this time? Clarify 4 of Cups right now for the collective and why they feel the energy that they do. Thank you. Yeah, so 9 of Cups wanted to show up, okay? So the reason why you guys feel discontented is because your wishes are coming true, okay? You guys are in this season of, building your achievements, building your success, getting the recognition maybe that you deserve, or feeling pleasure in what it is that you guys are doing, okay? So again, when it comes to happiness, wish fulfillment, success, even when it comes to financial gain, some of you guys, when it comes to Jupiter in Pisces, there's something about, when it comes to your dreams, imaginations, music, maybe things of that matter where you guys are connected to. There's something about you wanting to expand more based on your dreams, okay? So for some of you guys, if you guys have Jupiter in Pisces, or maybe like, Pisces placements in Jupiter or Neptune or Uranus, there is something about that energy that's coming up for somebody. But again, the number 9 talks about you guys completing a cycle. Okay, so some of you guys, when it comes to achievements, this is about being a light worker. Some of you guys are supposed to be healing other people using your gifts. Okay, so take what resonates with that. Even when it comes to travel, some of you guys could be traveling, okay? So religion could be very significant. Higher education could be very significant. We also have 5 of Cups here, healing acceptance, okay? So for some of you guys, if you had gone through a lot of loss, grief, disappointments, anything to do with feeling let down in the energy when it comes to other people, some of you guys could feel like, you guys are healing or accepting the energy that you guys are aware that it is what it is, right? So number 9 and number 5, when it comes to 9, you guys have completed a cycle where you guys have accepted change, okay? Embracing new beginnings, being adaptable and understanding that, in order for you to move forward in your new beginnings, sometimes it can be lonely, okay? Even if you went through something where, say these 3 cups that you have here, because this person has 4 cups here, but then maybe you feel content and, you have your 5 cups, right? But there is something about you almost crying over spoiled milk, right? Like, it's basically like you have these 3 cups. You guys are maybe, crying about a situation from the past, maybe that maybe you guys have already healed as well, but maybe people in your energy, or there's certain circumstances that keep showing up or coming up over and over again that are not allowing you to heal from that situation. So for some of you guys, you maybe have felt let down. Maybe you guys have felt like, no one has your back, no one's there for you. Okay, number 5 talks about freedom and change, right? Adventure. So for some of you guys are embracing new, transformations. Mars and Scorpio talks about, taking action when it comes to death and rebirths, right? So there is something about, feeling sad about change. Okay, maybe you guys are going through, the 5 stages of grief when it comes to change. Maybe you guys are not used to change, right? But there is something about getting accustomed to that, okay? Yeah, Seven of Swords, when it comes to, you being resourceful. Maybe you had people in the past, like I said, when it comes to you being let down, maybe you guys could have seen illusions, right? When it comes to, technology, or even when it comes to your innovations, maybe you gave ideas to people about your ideas and innovations, and maybe people stole that from you. So again, when it comes to, you finding out information or finding out certain things, that could be confirmation for some of you guys. But you guys have the Queen of Pentacles showing up as well. You guys are somebody who, you're comforting. You have business success, financial gain, Virgo energy, the number 13. You have stability, okay? For some of you guys that are in this energy, even if it feels like you don't have that stability, you have stability, okay? So we have at the bottom of the deck the devil, okay, when it comes to material, gain and things like that. Some of you guys could be dealing with people who care about the material world more than they care about, getting to know people for who they are. Okay, again, like I said, when it comes to dealing with people, places, and things, some of you guys could be starting your own business because of the fact of other people. So if you guys have been dealing with other people in your energy where, you could have felt like they stole from you financially, you may have known that you deserved more. Okay, whether this is a job, place, people, whatever the case may be, right? But there is something about your energy where, people could project onto you as well. You guys are a mirror, okay? For those who resonate with this message, you guys are mirrors to other people in their energy, right? Whatever it is that you guys are doing right now, especially how you mirror other people, you are helping your future self, okay? How you show up in this energy is you mirroring other people. So if you show up as somebody who, you're very caring, you're very understanding, you're very giving to other people, you share your energy with other people, then that energy reflects back onto you, okay? How you treat people is reflecting back to you. So you're helping your future self at this time. What you put out is what you get back, okay? And that is the energy that I'm telling you guys, where when it comes to dealing with other people, places, and things, a lot of people don't understand that karma works in very, very mysterious ways, okay? So, you may have people out there who think like, they're bigger than the program, okay? Some people may act like they're bigger than the program. They think they may know more than you. They may act cocky and act like they know everything. And sometimes you could just be minding your business, being quiet, right? And just talking to people, explaining to people your wisdom and knowledge. But again, ego. Sometimes people think that because they're older than you or they have more experience than you, sometimes they think they know everything, right? And that's not usually the case. Sometimes you could be living on this earth for a long time and you may not know everything. Okay, you may be learning certain things just as somebody else, right? But going with the cosmic flow is what's helping you right now in this situation. We have gratitude at the bottom of the deck as well, okay? So some of you guys could be showing gratitude, at this time when it comes to this energy, okay? Being very grateful, for where you are, what you have, okay? Understanding that everything is perspection, right? So for some of you guys, looking at someone's situation, I always talk about, examples. So, for some of you guys, when it comes to dealing with people too, you are going with the flow of things, right? And other people may be going against the grain, right? This is why I say sometimes people think they're bigger than the program. While you are going with the flow of the divine, and while other people are going against the flow of the divine, that's for them. That might work for them. But the difference with you guys is that you guys will go with the flow, right? Trust your intuition, trust your own gut, trust your own faith, right? And you may have somebody who is saying to you, why would you do that? That doesn't look like it works for you. I wouldn't do that, blah, 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 because they're projecting, okay? And so for some of you guys, when it comes to going with the flow may work for you, and other people may not understand why it works for you and not for them. Some people may feel like they have to work 10 times harder in order to get what it is that they desire, versus for some of you guys can manifest something and put in the work and still get it. And you guys have to be very careful being around certain people who are jealous of your energy. I'm not putting that out there for you guys, but again, be very cautious of your energy. Reflection wanted to show up again. So you are a reflection to certain people. You reflect other people's energy for some of you guys, and that could be triggering for other people, especially if you have water placements, you know, in your chart or your big three. You reflect to other people what they don't like. So if somebody comes up to you and they try to play mind games with you, unfortunately, you're going to be your authentic self. You're not going to entertain those mind games. And that is something that bothers people about the collective and soul tribe, is that we are nice people. We are very giving people. We're very understanding, but we're not silly either, okay? We're not silly either. So again, flow is very significant at the bottom, going with the cosmic flow. Again, at the bottom of the deck, passion is very significant. So again, you guys are very passionate in what it is that you guys want, what you guys are building, what you guys desire. Okay, the color red is very significant. Maybe you guys are needing to wear the color red more often, okay, to activate that energy, especially when it comes to your faith. Like I said, you guys are, you know, stepping into new faiths. This could be about communities. This could be about, you know, you pooling other people's energies. This could be about shared goals that you guys have with other people as well. Okay, take what resonates in that energy. But yeah, it's showing up for you guys when it comes to having faith. Yeah, psychic. Okay, maybe you guys are having faith when it comes to understanding your psychic abilities, or if you guys are not really, you know, 100% comfortable with your psychic abilities, maybe understanding and learning how to navigate your psychic abilities or tapping more into that. Okay, maybe when it comes to trusting psychics, that could be very significant as well. Maybe you guys are learning to trust certain psychics when it comes to your discernment. So again, when it comes to, you know, watching certain videos, and I'm not even saying I'm exempt from this. Like, as much as I do the videos that I do, I also have that understanding that not everyone's gonna like my videos. Okay, guys? Like, I understand that. Not everyone's gonna like me. Not everyone's gonna like how blunt I come across. Maybe how I, you know, give my messages maybe sometimes. I understand that. I'm gonna lose followers. I'm gonna gain followers. That's just the, you know, the way the cookie rumbles, right? But for some of you guys, when it comes to understanding your psychic abilities, or, you know, being around other psychics or trusting other psychics, that could be confirmation as well. There is a shift and a change in the energy where you guys could be seeing where, you know, psychics could be more, you know, in the energy showing up, rather than going to a therapist, or, you know, going to somebody that you have to pay hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars for. Not to say that with psychics that you don't, but let's be realistic. Like, I'm not going to charge somebody who, especially if my services, right? I'm going to be realistic about my services. So if I want to help my community and if I want to help people, I'm going to make my services affordable, but I'm not going to cheat myself out either. Okay, so again, it's going to be affordable, but then at the same time, it's my business as well. I also have to put my business at a price where it's affordable and it makes sense, but it doesn't gouge out my clients', you know, pockets, or my customers' pockets, right? And also, the more that you build a relationship with your clients and you understand your clients more, the better that you can understand what their needs and wants are, and you can help them navigate that without having to cheat them, okay? I know some people that may be spending hundreds and thousands of dollars, maybe, like, I don't know, hundreds, and I mean hundreds of dollars to get a tarot reading, okay? And nothing is wrong with that, okay? Nothing is wrong with you spending that, but at the same time, it's like, am I going to go to Walmart to spend hundreds of dollars for quality things if I'm not going to get quality things? You know what I mean? Like, it's like trying to understand the situation is like where you put your money is where you get your quality. Okay, so time and quality, they equal with one another, right? So who you watch and who you share your energy with, who you put your energy into, is very significant, okay? Yeah, healer. So some of you guys have psychic abilities. Some of you guys are healers. Some of you guys are light workers, okay, needing to tap more into that. Some of you guys are learning to trust light workers and healers and psychics and things like that, because maybe you realize that maybe I have something that I need to learn more, or maybe they do understand me more when it comes to my abilities versus, I don't know, someone who maybe, you know, goes to a therapist not to say that therapists will judge you, but there could be something where maybe you guys have gone to therapists. And I'm not saying that's wrong. Going to a therapist is really good if you need to. But if they're telling you that, something is wrong with you and maybe you feel like there's something not wrong with you, and that could be the case, everyone's situation is different, then yeah, I can understand you tapping more into your psychic abilities and understanding that, because you don't want someone to, basically basically give you a prescription or prescribe you with a diagnosis that's not true. Okay, so psychic abilities could be very significant. Maybe you guys are tapping more into that. You guys are trusting that more. Some of you guys are learning more about your chart as well, because your birth chart will actually be a map of what it is you're supposed to do and where you're supposed to go and how you're supposed to maneuver, in this lifetime. So there is something unlikely that you guys could feel in the energy. So Spirit, clarify unlikely, please. Yes, there's something better. So yeah, when it comes to the energy, especially when it comes to like your passion, going with the cosmic flow, okay, for some of you guys, you may feel like being a psychic or tapping into your abilities may be unlikely. And this came out in my reading maybe, I think last week, where some of you guys are second guessing your energy, and Spirit is saying not to do that because there is something better, okay? For those who second guess their gifts, their abilities, okay, there is something better, okay, for you to do in order for you to tap into those gifts. So even if you have to work a 9 to 5, because we're being smart, guys, we're not starting a business without having a game plan, okay, guys? So if you guys are starting a business or starting something new, making sure that you have a backup plan just in case before things, start happening, right? But there is something better. Some of you guys could be moving away from your spiritual gifts, right? But not realizing that the more that you step away from your spiritual gifts, the divine will start to orchestrate situations that feel like they're going against you than you going with the flow, okay? And I know from experience, because I've put myself in situations where I thought, okay, let me do this, let me stay here, let me, let me. And it ends up being worse for me if rather than me listening to my intuition in the first place. Okay, me thinking that I'm being impulsive, but instead me being impulsive in that moment would have benefited me, versus me being impulsive in other moments wouldn't work out as much as me being impulsive in that specific moment. So there is something about divine timing that is very significant when there is something better out there. So Spirit, what else do they need to know at this time? Spirit, what else do they need to know at this time, please? Especially with the number 1010, because I just looked at the time. The time is now 10:10 a.m. So the number 1010 is very significant, like I said, when it comes to closure, okay? When it comes to ending cycles and things of that matter. So we have here a year from now, okay? So this could be happening within a year from now, or this could be happening, within the next few months. We don't know, okay? But there is a peaceful resolution for some of you guys, right? At the bottom of the deck, we have look for a sign. So yeah, some of you guys could be looking for a sign. This could be happening within the year from now. So this could be like literally like a month from now, a 2 months, a week, 3 weeks. It could be any time, right? But Spirit is saying a year from now, meaning today. So it may be next year. It may not be. It may be 5 months from now. Okay, but there is something about, the energy shifting, because you guys are helping your future self. Even if it may not look like, things are changing for the better, it's changing. Okay, but there is something about having patience, and also when it comes to grounding yourself and building, planting those seeds are very significant. So yeah, spring could be very significant where, you guys could be seeing a lot of changes and, moving forward within those changes. Okay, guys, so I'm going to end it here because it's almost 30 minutes to the video, but please take what resonates with you at this time. I was going to do charms, but I'll probably do that in another video, just so that, the video is not too long. But anyways, I will see you guys next time. Thank you again for watching up until the end. And again, I appreciate you guys supporting my page and my channel. I understand that we all have busy lives. We all have things to do. So you taking the time out of your day and watching my video and supporting me means a lot to me. Okay, guys, I do appreciate that. And I thank you guys always. Okay, I will see you next time, and have a good one. Love you guys. Bye.